We've always been a little hungry. We've never taken anything for granted.
One of the problems that we have with America today.
I want them to be glad they came. I want them to go home and say, I really enjoyed it. I'm finished the day they stopped coming. There is no Donahue Show without the studio audience.
I have said this many times before. If it wasn't for Phil Donahue, there would never have been an Oprah show.
Sally, Oprah, Joan, Jenny, Maury, Jerry, they were very generous to me. They call me Sir and Excellency, and I enjoy the attention. This is, I tell you, it's made for my ego.
Over 6,000 shows? I can't think of a show that I would take back.
Phil Donahue was one of the original talk show hosts. He revolutionized daytime TV with his self-titled program, The Phil Donahue Show, which grew from humble beginnings in Phil's home state of Ohio, starting in 1967.
We were in Dayton, Ohio. We had no desk, no couch, no band. We were so visually dull that we were really very, very apprehensive about our own future. And what we discovered was issues. Issues can make you go. You don't have to have stars if you've got an issue about which the audience cares. And that was usually reflected in the studio audience, and the result was energy and discussions that we had, that really at that time had just could be found nowhere else on television. So in that sense, we were very lucky.
I think people are a little tired of the swivel chairs and the long, cute stories. I think they're out there saying, come on, let's get to it. What's your point? The most flattering thing people say to me is that we seem to cut right through it and get to the kinds of questions and issues about which they care.
We're proud of the democracy of our program. You know, this is a pretty revolutionary idea, allowing the people that own the airwaves to actually use them. We would not have survived 29 years if it weren't for the studio audience. I'm proud of that.
By the time it ended up in nationwide syndication in 1970, Donahue was one of the first to tackle controversial topics like abuses within the Catholic Church, racism, AIDS, and poverty, plus unforgettable moments like these.
There! Oh, beautiful! Oh.
Now, what's wrong? Why are we so hung up about this? Cross-dressing is in. You want a divorce from Robin Givens, true or false?
Yeah.
True.
I was vindictive toward Robin. And at this particular moment, it's a very, very unhealthy situation.
Phil, Mike Tyson, nobody asked him Robin Givens questions, and you just jumped right in there. Are you ever afraid of him or anything like that?
No, I think he's matured a lot.
With the success of the show came awards, a personal Peabody, and 20 Emmys, including 9 for Phil as host.
Do you ever take these for granted?
Never. If you'd have told me 19 years ago that this all would have happened, I honestly would not have believed you.
These get to be more fun with each passing year.
And it was through the show that Phil met his wife of more than 40 years, actress and social activist Marlo Thomas, who appeared as a guest in 1977. It was love at first sight.
I'll never forget the show I did with Marlo Thomas. I began to see her very often after the show ended, and now I see her every day. And it was a wonderful way to meet a wonderful person. I feel very, very blessed to have had a talk show serve as Cupid. And in this case, the talk show had my name on it.
Well, it dawned on me in the green room before the show. And he said, hey, I'd like to talk about your mother a little bit today. I mean, I've been interviewed by everybody in the country, and nobody had ever said, let's talk about your mother. So that impressed me. And also his blue eyes impressed me. I felt my little heart go pitter-patter.
We had a very small wedding in my parents' living room, just 35 people, our family. And I was scared to death. I'd never been married before, and I was always afraid of marriage. And my father and I were walking down the aisle of our living room, and I was terrified. And then I looked up and saw Phil waiting, and I thought, oh, it's just Phil. It's going to be okay.